Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's third and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 16th of October, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and NHC Ensembles. May run to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS B2 for November itself at the end of the video, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that first, a video release day was our 6 a.m. UK weather forecast, and we've also released January Friday as well, so please check out those two videos if you would like to do that. Like, share, subscribe on all up-to-date videos and content, and thank you so much everybody for doing that. We've got a channel member live stream coming up at 6 p.m, so if you're a channel member, then please check out your channel member live stream for October 2023. I shall see you live at 6 p.m. I'm scheduled to be doing a Friday night live stream at 10. Not sure if the wrist and, the shoulder, scapula, actually, but I'm in quite a bit of pain with over the last couple of days. I think related to the fall, or the slip, as it was, actually, on my kitchen floor on Sunday. Not sure if I'm quite up to doing, like 2 live streams, so I think we're going to call off the Friday Night Live if that's alright with everybody, as I've got a channel member stream to do as well. It's regrettable. I don't like cancelling at the last minute, but I've got the winter update to do tomorrow as well, so I think, to play it safe, I'll probably be better off having after channel member stream, just winding down and having a rest, actually, after channel member stream. So if it's alright with everybody, we'll say, but we'll do the Friday night live stream next Friday for definite, because I know I cancelled it last week, over pictures of that, but these things happen, and I am still recovering from the slip of the fall and whatnot. So if it's alright with everybody, then I'll just do a channel member stream tonight, and we'll meet up for our next live stream on Sunday, definitely at 6 p.m. Right, just to say, we did put on around 15 subscribers to get us out to 17k. We're so close, 17,000 subscribers. So if you could give us a sub, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Tell your friends and family to subscribe to our channel as well. And we thank you so much, everyone, for doing this for GavsWeatherVids. Right, let's start off in the tropical Atlantic. So we've got 2 interest areas. We have got a yellow X just here emerging from Africa. And we've got Philip as well. So have a look at Tropical Storm Philip, first of all, giving maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour with a minimum set pressure of 1,003 millibars. This is going to be going post-tropical from tomorrow. So current position is just bare around Bermuda. We'll be moving northwards into the northeast of America over the weekend as a post-tropical storm and or depression. Now, just have a quick look at yellow X. So that is disturbance 1. Only has a 0% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days, so no prospect of doing anything significant in the next couple of days, but has a 50% chance in the next 7 days. So we're saying a low latitude tropical wave is expected to move off the west coast of Africa later today and tonight. Thereafter, environmental conditions appear generally conducive for gradual development of the system, and a tropical depression could form by the early to middle part of next week, while it moves westward across the eastern tropical Atlantic. That could be one to watch for next week. We'll keep you posted on that. I thought I'd have a quick look at the climate averages page from the UK Met for September, just to confirm, it was done with CT, but just to confirm it was an exceptionally warm September across the board. All areas coming out with above average temperatures, the core of it was England and Wales, where we're in those deep red colours. That's like 2.5 to 3 degrees above average widely across England and Wales. Not quite as warm as that further north, for Scotland, Northern Ireland, but even so, over a degree, like 1 to 2 degrees above average widely, again through much of Northern England, Scotland, and also for Northern Ireland as well. How does that compare with the summer months? Well, here's June. June, actually the hottest weather was in the west, but all areas were above average in June. July, though, look at that. July actually has average to cooler than average temperature anomalies. August, No better than average, a little bit above average for Scotland and Northern Ireland, but no better than average for England and Wales. And then the warmth very much comes back as we get into September. So it's been a funny old few months, hasn't it? Precipitation for September, well, generally average or a little bit wetter than average in most areas, particularly wet in the north, for Scotland, Northern Ireland, much of Wales, North West England, and also down to South West of England as well. Further eastward, so the far southeast of England actually comes out a little bit drier than average, but elsewhere it's like average or a little bit on the wettest average side really for the central and eastern parts of England, but definitely the wettest conditions to the north and to the west. Again, comparing that to the rest of summer, so June was more or less drier than average in most regions. July, though, was very substantially wetter than normal in most areas. A really poor July, wasn't it, really? August, bit of a mix, so some areas a bit wetter, some areas a bit drier, a lot of areas close to average, and then September goes a little bit more unsettled again. So that rounds that off, and we wait to see now, of course, what happens in October. Certainly been a very warm start to October, and there is more warmth to come. Central temperature is currently sitting at 14.5, which is 4 degrees above the 61 to 99 average. That's provisional to yesterday, to the 5th of October. That's going to start rising from here on in. It'll go back to the 15th, maybe into 16s by the beginning of next week. These are the GFS upper temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're at Darwin today. Suggested location for this part of the video. If you'd like to have your local town or city featured in this part of the top of the video, then please let us know. We're happy to do that for you. So the red lines are 30-year upper air temperature average for Darwin. You see we're starting off very significantly above average at the moment. Going to stay that way through the weekend and into start of next week. Then there's a cool down around the middle of next week, and then we just have a lot of scatter. You look at that, it is very difficult to make much of a trend out, to be honest. So we've got these warm ensemble members up here, we've got the cooler ensemble members down there, and yeah, so a lot of scatter there, but like there is a cool down. You see from the white line, which is the ensemble mean, that never gets back to where it currently is. So the trend within the GFS ensembles is to cool things down through the middle second half of next week, and then keep things overall cooler than where we are right now, definitely. But again, I have to emphasise, lots of scatter, cold ensemble members down here, warm ensemble members up here. So there's a lot of uncertainty clearly as we're going into the second half of October. Precipitation-wise, going to be lots of dry weather around over the weekend and into next week as well, with this warm area of high pressure building up from the south, and then it gets more unsettled through the middle and second half of next week and into the weekend of the 14th and the 15th of October. Beyond that, probably quite unsettled, but of course we're talking about extended range, and so therefore pretty unreliable. Temperature anomalies from the 6th to 14th of October are coming out above average, particularly so for Ireland, England and Wales, slightly less so for Scotland. Precipitation anomalies from the 6th to 14th of October. North-south split actually, drier than average for England, Wales, wetter than average for Scotland, Northern England, a little bit drier than average for Northern Ireland too. Latest Windflow Map from earthnowschool.net shows that we've got deep area of low pressure in the middle of the Atlantic actually at the moment, but we're really building up a ridge of high pressure from the south, and that area of high pressure will be with us through the weekend and into next week. So, starting with the UK Met Euro run then for chart data, this is how things look in midnight on Monday, which of high pressure building up from the south, bringing lots of, still there from the south, really bringing lots of dry and very warm weather to England and Wales. A little bit more unsettled for Scotland with that area of low. For the early part of next week, the high pressure gradually declining as low pressure comes in from the north and the west. There's a cold front that's pushing southeastwards across the country through here introducing a northwesterly wind. So by the end of next week, we're looking cooler, yes, definitely, but still rather changeable. We've got an area of low pressure sitting around Bay of Biscay, more low pressure up towards Iceland. So a bit of a pincer movement going on here from both the south and also from the north, from these areas of low pressure, and there could be some spells of rain mixed in with that as well. Icon, again, showing that ridge, bringing lots of warm weather into the south. Will be open next week. The north looks a little bit more unsettled. The ridge still there into Tuesday, but declining on Wednesday as a cold front comes through the country, bringing a band of rain and introducing cooler winds from the North Atlantic. And then into the latter stages of next week, this gets to midday Friday, got low pressure in across the south, that could be bringing some rain with it. The GFS midnight run, again, has that area of high pressure dominating for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday into the day, but we start moving this cold front down across the country that introduces the cooler air from the north and west, probably brings some rain with it as well. We actually get a northerly on the GFS midnight run as we go from Wednesday to Thursday. That will be quite a chilly northerly. It'll pack a bit of a punch, I think. And then the high pressure's back in again for the second half of next week. That's a colder ridge mode, so if that builds in after that northerly, we can expect some pretty chilly nights, I think, maybe with some early season ground frost even down into the south. We go into the weekend of the 14th, 15th of October, and very quickly that high pressure is moving away to the east as low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. That's quite a significant low actually over the weekend of the 14th and 15th of October, so turning wet and windy but also milder then. That's day 10, looking rather showery, and beyond that we turn increasingly unsettled. An onslaught type pattern gets going as low pressure comes in from off the Atlantic. Notice a very substantial area of high pressure developing up towards the Arctic, by the way. By the time you get to the 18th of October, that's ridging down into Scandinavia and is pulling cold air into northeastern Europe and also the west of Russia. We're not impacted by that, other than these areas of low pressure diverting northwest to southeast and may start bringing in quite a lot of rain. So a very unsettled, cool and wet look to the GFS midnight run as we go through the third week of October. The GFS 6Z, much of a muchness through Monday and Tuesday, lots of dry and very warm weather. Wednesday is where we move that cold front in from the northwest. That brings spells of rain with it. Down comes that northerly briefly Wednesday into Thursday, and then high pressure slips through the country, probably bring a couple of cold nights at the end of next week. Low pressure then back in by the time we get through to Saturday the 14th of October, wet and windy weather returning from the Atlantic, heading up toward day 10. We're into like a flat westerly flow then, so showery and nowhere near as warm as it will be this weekend. Beyond that, looking rather unsettled with more low pressure coming in from the Atlantic through the third week of October. So definitely the GFS operational runs have an autumnal look to them once we get into the middle of next week and beyond. If you're enjoying our content on the channel at the moment, please can you check out our merch store. We have got pillows, we've got t-shirts, got mugs, we've got hats, we've got stickers, we have got the magic water bottle, we've got a glass, you name it, we've got it, and it's all up the grabs, it's all up for sale. So please check out our merch store. If you quote CMD0721, you can get 15% off your next order. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. You can also support GavsWeatherVids by giving us a super thanks in the comments. Just click the thanks button. It will highlight your comment. It will be pinged. And you'll get a shout out in the videos as well. You can also become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids. Let me just show you how you do that. So you can become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids by clicking the join button there. And for £4.99 a month, you will get exclusive access to content and perks. So you'll get a badge and you get a once a month channel member live stream. And also there will be early access to some videos as well. So you can support our channel by becoming a GavsWeatherVids channel member. You get a shout out as well if you do that. And if that wasn't enough, you can also give us a donation through PayPal. So thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. You can find the link to all of the relevant websites and pages and that in the description. It's all helping to pay for the channel, so it helps me to be able to bring you the content that you're hopefully enjoying on this channel at the moment. Obviously, this is a commercial operation. Our primary revenue source remains the advertisements, but they don't give us much, revenue as they did a few years ago, to be honest. And so additional revenue streams are always very helpful to allow me to be able to, pay for bills and food and whatnot, and be able to do this as my job. So thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support. And yeah, that's how you can, give us a donation and whatnot to GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much. Okay, GM, again, showing that we've got high pressure in control of weather on Monday, bridging up from the south, bringing lots of dry, fine and warm weather with it for the early part of next week. High pressure declines around Wednesday. Allows a cold front in from the Atlantic that brings spells of rain with it. Then we're going to this cooler northwesterly with outbreaks of rain clearing the country. Heading in towards the end of next week, the wind remains from the northwest, so it continues to look rather cool and showery. Heading up toward day 10, you find a ridge of high pressure building back in, but again, that is a colder ridge, so the high pressure does come back in, after that northwesterly to northerly on Wednesday and Thursday. It will be a cooler or a colder ridge and will bring a return of overnight, or maybe not return of overnight, but overnight frost, but like a commencement, I suppose, chilly nights, given that we haven't actually had any chilly nights down in the south. There have been a few up in the north, but down in the south it hasn't been. So it will either give like a return of chilly nights for the north, or it will give a commencement, an arrival of chilly nights down in the south. You know what I mean? ECMWF, again with that high pressure dominating the weather on Monday and Tuesday, moves away through Wednesday. Down comes that cold front with a band of rain, followed by these cooler and more showery northwesterly winds. Rather unsettled, showery, quite cool conditions continue into the second half of next week as well, with those winds remaining from that northwesterly direction. And then by day 10, the high pressure is back into the south. That brings a return to drier weather there. Still looking rather unsettled up in the north, and temperature probably becoming a little bit milder again down in the south. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Temp. Some really heavy rain to come over the next 24 to 48 hours for Scotland. A little bit of snow showing up there over mountainous regions as well. I believe there's been an amber warning issued for Scotland for this wet weather tomorrow. So watch out if you're up there and you're close to a river and whatnot. Be careful. Beyond that, so we turn drier, really, as we get in towards the end of the weekend and the start of next week. And then down comes that cold front. So this is the change around the middle of next week. Heavy rain being through the country through the middle part of the week, and then introducing the showering northwesterly winds. And then beyond that, where we've got more showers in the north, some wet weather flirting with the south as well at the end of next week, and further showery conditions continue up to day 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM Ensemble today for day 10. Gets to the 16th of October. 20 members of the ECM Ensembles have low pressure over and to the east and northeast country, combined with a mid-Atlantic ridge that brings the wind in from the northwest, so looking rather cool and showery with that. 17 with high pressure just to our southwest, low pressure Scandinavia, that brings drier weather into the south and the west. Probably a little bit on the cool side though. And then 14 through the control and the operational run with low pressure further away from us and a ridge building in from off the Atlantic. So that's somewhere in between that scenario and that scenario really, and that does include the control and the op. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It gets to the 21st of October, 20 members of the ECM Ensembles with deep low pressure over the UK, in the North Atlantic and across Northern Europe as well. So looking very unsettled and wet with that. 17 with a ridge of high pressure sitting to the north. That could bring some quite chilly air in from the east, actually. So that's possibly the coldest option. And then we've got 14 with a Scandinavian high, and low pressure is out in the Atlantic. So that's going to be bringing more of a southeasterly type flow, which could be quite warm. Just depends on the exact origins of the air. The low pressure in the Atlantic probably still keeping things quite unsettled, especially so for the south and for the west. CFS 2 for November, finally. This is the latest 700 millibar height anomaly for November. Remember, these update daily. Today, looking very unsettled, deep low pressure in the North Atlantic into the west of Europe. So that would be bringing some very, very wet weather in from the Atlantic. The temperature anomaly is no better than average, really, maybe ever so slightly above, but basically near normal. And a wetter than average November is signalled there with those green colours over and to the west of the country. So a wet, potentially very wet November being signalled there for CFS today. Remember, they changed daily though, so it could look different when that updates again tomorrow. And we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please can you like, share and subscribe. Make sure everyone's doing that. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. We thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for us. Okay, then. So that's it for today's video. Remember, we've got a channel member live stream coming up at 6 p.m. So if you are a channel member, then please check out to your October channel member live stream, and I shall see you there for for an hour hanging out and having a chat and whatnot. So that's going to be very nice. Again, I think we're going to cancel the Friday night live at 10 p.m. I think 2 live streams tonight with the wrists and shoulder. It'll be just a little bit too much probably. So after the channel member stream, I'll have a rest, I think, for the rest of the evening. Just coming up on the channel tomorrow and through the weekend. So Saturday, tomorrow, we're going to have 6am UK weather forecast. There'll be the weekend forecast. There'll be the each day 42-day forecast. All of that was another 10 to 14 day with a little bit of CT Saturday. And then on Sunday, we've got 6am UK weather forecast again. And of course, we've got the big one, the 6th winter 2023-24 update will be released at 10 a.m. on Sunday as well. I've got to get that done tomorrow. That's one of the reasons that I want to have a bit of a rest tonight. Make sure I'm, going to be definitely up to do winter update recording that tomorrow afternoon, evening time. And then we will be live streaming definitely at 6 p.m. on Sunday, where we'll discuss the winter update, do a 10 to 14 day, and we'll show you some long range on that one as well. So lots and lots and lots coming up over the weekend to look forward to. You enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm so sorry, but I've had to cancel the Friday Night Live. It's, just one of those things, but I am, very regretful about it. But if you're a channel member, then your stream at 6 p.m. will still be going ahead. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I shall see you over the weekend, either for one of our uploads or for our live stream on Sunday. But for this one, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, by the way, 15 subs will get us to 17k. We are so close. 70,000 subscribers. Please give us a sub. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. And, for this video, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and bye for now.